What kind of event is this? Seriously, Scopely? What are you trying to do to us here? God damn. Alright, today I wanted to go over crewing below decks. This isn't so much about your bridge crew, but more what you want to put below your bridge crew after you select your bridge crew officers. You can be doing this for war, TC defense, or just your day-to-day grinding. I'll just kind of be going over, like, as an example for war and maxing out those 300% bonuses. There usually isn't much of a reason to go over the 300% bonus. The only time you really do that is when you have an officer that needs that kind of ability, whether it be the health, defense, or attack. Usually you want to always have your attack at 300%. I'll be going over some examples of using your epic ships. I like to start by clearing off every single officer on the bridge and below deck. This way I just kind of have a clean slate to start with. I'm not going to really bother by recrewing every ship right now. And once we do the 3 basic ships, kind of self-explanatory. With miners, I never crew below deck unless I'm at war or I know I'm going to be hit a lot. There's really no point, it's just wasting your time. If somebody's going to hit you, they're probably going to hit you with a warship, and miner's not going to stand up to them anyways. You can set traps by doing maybe like critical hits on your Meridian, but other than that, there's not much of a point. Same with the Discovery, I only use this for summoning. I always have it ready, but there's no point in crewing below deck. It doesn't do anything for you. You're not using it for grinding, you're not using it for war. Once we have all the bridge crews cleared off, we'll start with our most powerful ship. I like to start with my most powerful ship and work my way down. This way I don't lose any officers to below deck that I wanted to use on a warship or maybe PvE grinding, so forth. We'll just throw a quick basic crew up here, probably just the TOS crew, just kind of give us an example. One thing is, never worry about power. That power up in the top right is totally overrated, and don't base your crewing off that power. We want to base our crewing by what we're attacking. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, always crew for your situation. There's no one crew that will fit every problem. D4, obviously we'll always get the Lorca set. We'll just throw Honor Guard Wharf here to fill up the space for right now as an example. And last but not least, the Augur. We'll just throw a quick Gorjo, Ash Tyler, and probably Sharvnik, since it looks like Saru's on an away mission. If I was crewing for war, I'd probably recall all my away missions and make sure I have all my most powerful officers ready. Alright, once you have your bridge officers selected, depending on how powerful they are, you'll probably be coming pretty close to your 300% marks on the right side of your screen. I personally like to, with the Enterprise, start with attack, but you can see that with like Marcus here, he's going to use a lot of defense. He's already pretty powerful in defense, but since I have him max, he's getting that 1600% extra boost from defense. So I'm going to definitely kind of favor a little bit more towards defense when I do my below crewing, but we're actually already there, so we're looking pretty good. We just need a little bit more health. What I do first is I sort by attack to get that attack up first. Obviously we want to do the most damage we can in a battle. Honestly, I'd probably use Gorkon on a different ship, but for right now, just as an example, he just boosted us all the way up. I got a little bit extra attack just because I always like to. We got a lot of space to fill. With these new below deck crews, they're obviously only good for below deck. They have really no use for being on the bridge, especially in the captain position. They do absolutely nothing. Tendi, if you can get her ranked up high enough, is going to be a very, very powerful officer. But I like to get all of them on the Enterprise since I have a lot of space to fill. And honestly, they're not that great. Badgie can be real great if you level him up quite a bit. But they do kind of help save some of these more powerful officers to put on other ships. They kind of run equal to everyone else. I like to kind of have Badgie as my all the way down at the end. I'll get into it a little bit later, especially when I'm hot swapping. But with the other few officers, they help a lot with Armadas. There's a lot of math that we can do, breaking down each officer. I'm not really going to get into that. There's a lot of people that know more about it than I do. But this is just kind of a quick way for me to fill out each ship, especially the Enterprise. It takes I have a lot of space to fill. And I'm already at 300% and everything. We have a lot of defense to help Marcus out, so we'll be doing a lot of damage, hopefully. And as you see, Badgie, if you can get him ranked high, I obviously can level him up, but I'm mostly just saving him for an event. So we'll go to the D4 next. My second most powerful ship, my more favorite PvP ship. I'll do the same thing. We're obviously sitting a little bit below our 300% mark. One little trick is if you move your ships out of dock, it will move your officers down to the end that you already have on that crew, so it's a little easier to sort. As you can see here, they're all gone. They were in the way first, all the ones that were already on the Enterprise, and this way I can easily find the next best officer to put onto the below deck. And as I scroll all the way down, you can see that it moves them all the way out of the way, so it's easier to find strong officers. Right there, just that one officer gave us all the way up to 300% in attack. Obviously, it's a D4, so you want a lot of that attack. And I should be easily fill all 300%. We got up to attack, we're already there, so I'll probably just fill out the rest with health, just because it's a D4. We want to have that survivability. Once we're done here, we'll do the same thing. We'll move the D4 out of dock so we can easily crew the auger. Since it's an auger battleship, we want a lot of that health, and we obviously want the attack to really help add up to that obliterator weapon each time it fires. And as an example here, we have Sharvanik on the bridge crew. She uses health, really helps multiply her ability. I don't have her maxed out yet, but she's at 800%, so that extra health is really going to help us. Obviously, this will help a lot in TC battles. When we're using like all 6 ships, we could have Rialtas. Obviously, Rialtas, you're not going to care much about the below deck crew. Any of our speed crews, they usually don't last much in a battle. You're just trying to survive, so I'd probably have my last couple docks speed crews, ones that I might not be able to focus on much, just running around. Obviously, if you're doing like critical crews, like with Khan and Gorkon, you wouldn't have to worry too much about your below deck. Mostly probably just health. You wouldn't have to worry about getting defense over 300%, like if you don't have enough below deck officers, like maybe you have a newer ship that only has 2 spots for below deck, you might just want to concentrate on health or either attack. Going back to the Enterprise, like I was talking about earlier, about hot swapping, let's say we're going to go do some mud armadas, and I needed to get there quickly. I already have my discovery ready to summon, and I can easily add on a crew. As you see, the Stella doesn't have as many below deck space, and it cuts off Badgie. But I already have the other officers that are better at Armadas ready to go, and that's why I have Badgie at the end. So I can easily just switch back and forth. In case we got into a PvP match, I can grab the Enterprise and bring it down. Or I can easily switch crews to maybe a base cracking or doing regular Armadas with the Enterprise, so forth. It's easy to switch in between. That's kind of why I have it set up this way. Don't judge me, I threw Khan, I think, underneath the D4 on the D4 below deck Usually you probably don't do that, but it was just a quick example to show the 300%. So don't judge the crew in here right now, it's just quick examples.